All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Old Gray Bricks Thursday Night Live. And we are live for at least an hour or more or less or whatever. Brickanizer is already in the chat. Hello, the Talk No More episode. No, we're going to talk. We just don't have anything planned to talk about. So, but in space, no one can hear you chat. At least 4 of you can, but that's awesome. Here we go. It's good to have you here. What's going on, everybody? We heard from Dana today. I haven't heard from Dana, even texting. You know that guy.
Years? I don't know.
Yeah, some loser. So
I heard from him via instant messenger, but I think he's been busy today because he didn't say anything. He's coming over to my house on Saturday, but which I was trying to get him to answer the question whether he was coming or not. And he finally said 90% yes, which tells me he's busy.
Yeah. He's probably listening to somebody drone on about their computer or something. Brett's Bills, how you doing, man? Good, welcome. Good to have you here. Hello, everybody. Jeff Enwin is also Triple D Honey. How are you? Good to see you. Thanks for joining us this evening. All right. So let's go around real quick and let's start with the guest of honor because of the special day is Canada Day. And as an American who is as white as a Canadian but has no knowledge of Canada, I have no idea what it's about. So please tell us, enlighten us, what is awesome about Canada Day today?
Because I don't have to work.
There it is.
Woo! Confederation. Canada became its own country, I think.
We don't say Confederate here. Just
I didn't. I said Confederation.
I know.
I tried to tell them it was Confederation Day, but
you just start talking in it because it's history stuff. They're like, huh? What?
Yeah, I was like, what county is this in?
Do I need to get out my 3 Canadian historical atlases?
No.
You know what? I'm thinking we will be okay.
And actually, as a matter of fact, I think you do.
No.
Same team, Julian. Same team.
Watch as I die by a Canadian flag falling on top of me. So I built this yesterday.
That's amazing, dude.
Yesterday, which is as accurate as it can be made because I found a map of flags. Yeah. The math.
You found a map of flags. Wait.
I meant to say the math of flags. I keep on saying
math of flags. Okay.
Yeah. So I Googled Canadian flag because I wanted to get the proper dimensions, like length and width.
Right.
Well, that's not illegal to Google flags. I'm sorry.
But when I Googled it, I actually found the Wikipedia page. It actually gave all the coordinates for all the points of the flag, like for the leaf. So I was able to use that to get as accurate as possible, I think, at this scale, to build the flag. So I did. I thought, why not do it for Canada? Yes, totally nerd. I agree. I am. Stay. So did that, and I had a little build session the other night and finished off for the most part, other than some part replacement. Finished the
final
frontier. Still debating with the yellow or the dark gray corner. Still
yellow. I'm
yellow.
Post yellow. Yeah.
Dark gray.
Isn't
dark gray.
too much yellow? I don't know.
No.
Right.
It looks like a warning bumper, like don't hit this or this will take a hit and everything.
There's enough warning things everywhere else.
Do you want the eye to go to that thing in the corner, or do you want the eye to go to the caution marks? Because the eye is going to go to the yellow parts.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you want breached space doors? Because that's how you get breached space doors if you use dark gray.
Well, I don't know that this goes to space. I don't know what's behind this door.
This is clearly a terrestrial landing. It's a terrestrial landing pad.
I mean, it could lead into Jurassic Park.
Maybe.
But space Jurassic Park.
So I'm gonna work on more of that this week, I think. I also had a wonderful chat today with Janie Red Brick. We had a 3.5 hour chat, and literally 20 minutes ago, I got, like, when Chris sent out the email for this chat, I went, oh my God, it's Thursday. Totally forgot. So I hung up with her and grabbed some lunch. We're having grilled cheese tonight. Haven't actually eaten any yet. And
Wait, what did you call them? Grunchies?
Grilled cheese.
Oh,
grilled
okay.
cheese, man.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
He was
grilled cheese, man.
not making some weird Canada language. He was saying grilled cheese. That's
Yeah,
okay.
we're not having mac. I'm not having craft dinner. I'm just having.
I mean,
grilled
if you'd
cheese.
said punchkis, I would have known that was it was a Polish pastry.
Oh,
But
with maple syrup.
yes.
Oh, you got somebody else in the chat. It's Moto. Moto, what's up, man? How are you?
Hey guys.
We're talking Canada. We're talking Canada, eh? How are you today, eh?
Oh, Canada Day. That's what it's all about.
That's right. That's right. Let's go ahead and put the just in honor of the. Oh, you did it at the same time. New dude to boot it.
Have you ever heard me or any of the other Canadians on the channel actually say a boot?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Who? Me?
I was
Well,
I had
no.
to work. I had to work in Canada. I was on a project in Canada.
Where
Hey, do you guys want to meet my dad?
Greg has definitely said a boot.
All right.
I'm gonna go grab my dad.
Canadian
I literally guffawed the first time it happened.
Canadians don't think they do it, but we definitely hear it when you say it.
I mean, that's like me saying I don't think I have a Southern accent, and then everybody's like, "Oh yeah, you do."
Speaking of which,
Oh, look at that Canadian.
He's alive.
Oh, we do have Doc Sampson in the chat here. Brick and Matt is in the chat. Maddie, you're always welcome to join us if you can. Triple D Honey is here as well. So glad y'all join us. Andrew Sada, also glad to have you here with us. All right, it is Canada Day, so we'll give preference to our Canadian friends. How are you?
Good. My moose sense was tingling, so yeah.
This moose.
Where was it tingling at? I want to know.
No, we don't. No, we don't. We're
Was it tingling in the pool?
I can draw you a diagram just like I did the officer.
It tickles in the maple leaf.
That's right.
If it's tingling in
Under
the
the
pool,
maple
you might want to put more
Riveted
bleach
is
in.
my head.
I am already laughing uncomfortably. So
That's what we do on Canada Day. We laugh uncomfortably all day long.
All day long.
Yeah,
And then they say, we're sorry about that joke.
Sorry.
that's true.
Sorry.
That's true.
My
Sorry.
wife says, I'm sorry, I'm Canadian.
all right. So how does one celebrate Canada Day in Canada today?
Well, I go outside and I
For the first time in the spring?
Like the war that you got.
Watch. Perfect.
Ah.
So yeah, no, that's it. No, that's
You're not supposed to dive headfirst into a 4-foot pool.
no, that's what my mother did, and well, we all saw what happened. So yeah, no, yeah, not really doing much today. Just sort of chilling, hanging out. That's it.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, do y'all like, it's the 4th of July in America. We eat a steak, a brat, and a hamburger. I mean, that's all.
And
Wildflower
somebody blows off a digit shooting off fireworks.
That's right.
Yes. As Apu once said, celebrate the birth of your country by blowing up a small part of it.
Yes.
So yeah. But yeah, this year we're still sort of at the tail end of COVID and stuff, so still restrictions, blah blah blah. So there's kind of not. It's a little quieter than most years. So yeah. But other than that, no, we normally do the same stuff. Blow stuff up, eat stuff we shouldn't. Those who care to drink just way too much, starting like about June like 22nd and continuing on till Labor Day.
Wait.
So,
They drink in Canada? I didn't know that.
no,
Make this thorough.
apparently you're unaware of Canada's.
They sell Molson and Labatt's here in Georgia. So
Yeah, Canada's origins, Canada's current state, future state, it all revolves around a lot of beer. So, yeah.
However, we don't call Molson or Labatt's here. Those are the companies that make the beer, and we have multiple different varieties of beer under those labels. So,
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
look.
Labatt Blue, Molson Canadian, there's lots. I don't know them because I don't drink much beer. But
Or if you're weak like me, it's Molson Excel, which is 0.00001%, comes with a free skirt. beer.
Well, I've heard a myth of Canada and about a brewery called the Elsinore Brewery, and two brothers who were trying to get a beer where they had a mouse in a beer, and then it ended up being this tale of Hamlet that was told by two guys in beers playing hockey. Eh? That's all I know about Canada. I mean, that it's like a history.
Yes, no,
That
it's
is a history
actually them.
historical film, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, for them, they said, if they could grow a mouse in a beer, then they could get like a full 2 for it. Afterward, they bring it back, say, "Hey, there's a goddamn mouse in my beer, boy." So, yeah.
oh, good.
It's way more entertaining, than yours, Chris.
All right. Hey, Jeff has a guest with him. How's it going, eh?
Oh, pretty good, eh? Got my father from back west, don't you know? He's here.
That's not almost Minnesota.
So this is my dad, Lee.
Hello.
He's from Arizona, and I'm gonna go see most of those guys next week. So I thought you should see what hooligans I'll be around and what dangers I'll be up to. One of them's a priest, so.
Okay. I'm not a priest.
Priest.
There's
not the one you think it is.
and priest. I'm married and make children.
I'm married and I make children. Are we just going around the room and
Yeah.
One of them's a magician, and the other is a wizard.
But yeah, I'm not going to be here long, guys. I just wanted to say hi and introduce y'all to my dad. So
Good.
Hey Jeff, before you go, a little friend is going to come live with you next week.
Oh shit. Okay, cool.
I'm putting him safely inside this containment unit.
Awesome, Mark. Awesome.
Don't open it.
Okay.
It has to stay closed now.
Okay.
Don't feed
will
it
they
after
even let him
midnight.
on the airplane with one of those?
No.
Oh, well.
He's smuggling it. You know where to put it, Jeff. You know where to put that.
That's where it goes.
You got plenty of
And
lube. We're
he
fine.
comes with penicillin.
All right, I'll talk to you guys later.
Check,
Bye,
please.
everybody. Have a nice night.
Thanks for Jeff.
All right, good. Perfect.
And
Yeah, we
Kazoon
scared
has
off Chris.
disappeared.
So, hold on.
He's just going to get his flea work out.
Yeah, that's got all sorts of connotations I don't even want to think.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So I guess we've talked to the Canadians, eh?
Yeah.
Hey.
So like Yudi. So hey Moto, what's going on?
Yeah.
What isn't going on?
Well, I don't know. You tell us what's happening.
Well, the Small Art Director has a birthday coming up, and since today was new set release day, we utterly gutted the Lego store, so that was fun.
I like it.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, that was cool. We got he was able to get I don't even know the name of the set. It's like a Bone Dragon Demon Monkey Kid set. It's really epic.
I think that's what it's called. Is the bone? No, wait. It's Bone Demon. I don't think it's Dragon. I think it's just
It's Bone Demon thing.
Yeah.
Bone Demon, whatever the Bone Demon thing is, we got that. The Monkey Kid headquarters box was damaged. It was the last one in the store, so we got that. We got the quadcopter HQ set. That was awesome. Technic sets, some city sets. He's going to be very, very, very busy building.
What didn't you get?
There's a lot of stuff I didn't get. Like the adult ideas stuff we kind of skipped on. I got a backlog of those to build anyway.
Please
Yeah,
tell
and
me you didn't buy the shoe.
No, I didn't buy the shoe, but I got the gift with purchase shoe, which was odd because I avoided the shoe, but they stuck the gift with purchase in there because the bill was so high anyway that I was going to get something for free. So that was cool. And took a picture next to the Build Like a Lego Master sign because I would love to do that someday. And what else did I do?
Sounds fun.
Yeah. Okay.
Aspirational. It was an aspirational photo. But no, just some people recognized me for the first time. That was cool.
Yay.
Said hi, did some selfies, and then made a TikTok video of the things we bought and used Brick and Mad's voice in the music thing.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I saw it.
So yeah, and then I had a lug meeting on Saturday. That was really cool. First time in public, in person. That was really cool. A lot of new members have joined in the last year. In fact, in the last month, I think we've had 5. So getting to meet them, talking about build challenges, kind of what a lug is, what we do, introductions, and then just
Now,
getting ready.
Do you introduce yourself as Moto from Lego Masters?
No.
Everybody else does, though, don't they?
I don't know. Do they? I just say hi, I'm Moto. And
Yeah.
they're like, you're on Lego Master. Are you? So some people said, hey, are you on Lego Masters? I'm like, yeah, hi, I'm Moto. And then I introduced
That's
myself.
right. When we're in Texas, when they come up to you and they, hey, aren't you from Lego Masters? Say, no, it was me. I thought it was funny. Moto's just laughing to be nice. Moving on.
No. That would be great. No, so getting ready for conventions. Yeah, Brick Rodeo coming up. I'm going to Portland for a little while to say hi to some folks, and then out to Brick Slopes in Utah. So conventions are really gearing up now. It's kind of nuts.
Yes, they are.
Are you going to try to come to Brick Fair, Alabama?
I don't think so.
You need to come to Brick Fair, Alabama.
He says that though, like he's not entirely sure.
No, you should come to Brick Fair. Brick Fair, Virginia. That's where you should come.
I told you the story. I had to pick one.
I know.
Brick Fair, Virginia was a
I
private
get it.
event. The other was public. One publicized Lego Masters. The other didn't. There are a lot of factors. Half of us are going to one, half the other.
I know.
We're splitting the baby with Lego Masters, so try to cover both at least. We're trying to do the right thing.
I understand. I'm just harping on
You're
it.
getting all the good. You're getting all the good Lego Masters.
What?
Oh, come
know.
on, man.
We put the,
I don't know
we put the
about
special
that. I
reserve
mean, there
ones
are
in.
some really good Lego Masters coming to Brick Fair, Virginia. I will give you that, but
it's
the
not
best. But it's not Moto. It's definitely not Moto.
It's
Apparently,
not me. I couldn't do that much flight. It was nuts. So,
All right.
so
But
I
now,
picked one
the Brick Fair, Alabama is in 2022, so you need to go ahead and be thinking that way.
What time of the year?
Martin
Like
Luther
it's
King
9 in the
weekend.
morning. I don't know.
Okay.
Martin Luther King weekend.
MLK weekend, yeah.
Oh,
And
it's
it ends on
February.
Sunday,
February.
and because everybody has Monday off, you get the recovery day or fly home day.
Those of us who work for like regular companies do not have Monday off.
That's
Yeah,
because they
I
don't
was gonna
celebrate MLK in Deutschland. Deutschland.
I have never in my career worked for a corporation that gave that Monday off.
Are you
I could
serious?
check. I
Me
hope
either.
they had it.
Nobody
I would say every employer I've ever had has given MLK off.
Not me. I hope they do. Ours better at it. I'll say that.
I mean,
It's one of
I've
those
worked
holidays
for
that should be
politicians
added.
and I've worked for academic institutions, and they all take MLK Day off.
Well, that was.
I was kind
That
of
was-
interested to find
Those
out.
were the good asterisks to put in there because
But we don't get
government, education. Yep.
I don't get any other holidays in the spring semester off except for MLK. So it's not like we get all of the federal holidays off. We don't.
But do you know what's so weird is that the U.S. is the only Western country with legally no stat holidays, like by law, like you could be forced to work, but it's just the companies, they give it off as a standard or whatever, right? But that's
Isn't
weird. I
July
was
the
so
4th?
shocked. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so many of the holidays that everyone has off, but by law, apparently they don't have to.
how about
There
July
you
the
go.
4th?
Welcome to
Not even
unfettered
nothing. Not even
capitalism.
Christmas.
Oh,
Not even Christmas.
I've worked
I know,
Christmas,
it's really
Thanksgiving,
weird.
Easter, Martin Luther King Day, every single, and I've worked corrections for 20 years, and I have never had any special holiday off unless I asked for it or actually was off that day.
Well, that's the difference, though. If you're an essential, my dad generated electricity, and he always worked holidays. I mean, if you work
He
in a
was
hospital,
Electro? Oh my gosh!
As he went down the Electric Avenue, did he generate electricity? So
He had a really big crank.
he was pedaling the bicycle inside the nuclear plant to generate the power.
don't
That's
talk
how it
about
works.
Matt's, don't talk
That's how
about
it
Matt's
works.
dad's crank, please. Thank you.
And they used to take pictures of the Simpsons and paste it on the bathroom door and stuff. So
Later on, they got him an elliptical machine so he could use his arms to help generate the electricity.
but we didn't open our Christmas gifts till Dad got home from work. He worked the night shift. That meant he got home, 2:00. So I know that, but that's you're an essential worker. I mean, you can't let the prisoners run wild through the countryside on Christmas Day. So somebody's got to hold the keys,
And they would, and they did, and it was holidays are the worst inside. But anyway, whatever.
Oh, isn't Canada Day, isn't that National Donut Day? Is that? I mean, that's equivalent, right?
That's Tim Hortons Day.
Tim Horton Day.
Yeah, I mean, Canada has like 12 stat days or something like that where it's illegal to work. But technically, if you ask most people, no one works in Canada 365. So
No, not here.
It is different from province to province because, like, Quebec just had June 24th off as they are now as a national holiday, but we were working in Ontario,
Yeah.
so it depends on
there's some variation, but there's some like say that's Saint Jean Baptiste Day or whatever they have off. But
because I have friends in Montreal and they were like, "Oh, it's Saint Jude's," and I was like, "I didn't even know that was a holiday." But
it is.
So I worked when I lived in DC. I worked for the Embassy of Morocco, and so when I got hired. They were like, so we will be closed on major American holidays and major Moroccan holidays. And I'm like, oh, cha-ching, this is amazing. So, but here's the thing about Moroccan holidays. None of your American friends are off that day. So you have this day off and all of your friends are at work. And so it's not as fun. And B, Moroccan religious holidays, you don't know that you're getting the day off until the crescent moon is sighted in Mecca, and you have to call in. I'm not making this up. You have to call in at 7 a.m. to find out if you're getting dressed to go to work or if the holiday starts today or it starts tomorrow, because it all depends on if the crescent moon is sighted in Mecca. Yeah, it was interesting. And I'm like, there's a billion Muslims whose schedule is on hold until they find out if Mecca has seen the crescent moon. And I was told, yes, that's the way it works.
What if it's a cloudy
I thought that's how it worked for I thought that's how it worked for July 4th. That unless like Hulk Hogan comes out and sees his shadow, otherwise it's called off.
USA.
That's President Wrestler's Day.
It's only if he sees a shadow by the fireworks light.
Right.
No, wait, that's not right. No, it's only when an alien horde invades and you guys fight them off. That's when July the 4th happens.
That's Independence Day for sure.
Yeah, that's it.
I've seen it. I saw the documentary film. I saw the documentary film Independence Day.
Yes, that's right.
You have to go to an RV and cross a big flat dry lake.
That's right. That has to happen. Well, I've been ignoring the chat. Brett Hoopa is here. Aaron West is here. That's awesome. Brick Bunnies TV has joined us. Brahm has joined us as well. So thank y'all for joining us. Sorry for doing. Micah has joined us as well. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. Brickman Mosaics Art is also here. Glad y'all are here. Thank y'all for joining us in the chat and keep on chatting in there. So anybody else? I know we have a beautiful Canadian flag. That was an amazing build. Did you get those are plates, right? That you use for the. Have you seen? Did you get the really pointy ones from the Dorito fighter or whatever?
I did not, but now I've totally forgot that those existed. Honestly, because I was also building it out of what I had, so I don't have any of those yet. But it is actually one stud extra on one side of the leaf than the other. Because I couldn't figure out how to center it properly.
I understand.
So now that you've mentioned that, I think it's a rebuild. Thanks, Chris.
No. I don't want to ruin your day. But I will say this. I love and hate Bricks and Pieces. I still have a browser tab open with my Bricks and Pieces order. Every time I go to order some of those new pointy, that go to a point wings, they only have one side in stock. And that is the most annoying thing ever. So
You may just have to order the one side first, and then
forget that you ordered that one and order it again a week later.
Yes.
Yeah.
well, and then when I forget, and like in about 6 months, I'm like, oh, I got some of those wing plates. Where the heck is the other side? So, which is so one of the things I hate when I'm going to get a pair of wings out of a bin, and I go to start drawing them out. I will get the same side wing like 10 times.
Yeah.
And then dig around and finally found like the horde of the other side. So.
Don't even get Mark started about unequal wings and sets.
Oh, I hate it. It is a pet peeve.
Separate them.
Yeah.
You put one side in one bin and one side in like that. You separate.
Logic.
Yeah, no, that ain't happening. I ain't doing that. That's not worth it. I'd rather be mad. Something to complain about.
In honor of our nation's freedoms, I found the best firework for small Paul.
Nice.
Awesome.
You light it and then say, see how many candies you can get before it goes off?
No, probably not.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot Child Services might be listening to the show.
I didn't know Werther's made shrapnel.
That is the most evil firework we've ever seen. So that's pretty sweet.
Mine is an evil laugh.
BrickSmith, glad you're here with us today. All right, let's since we don't have the old gray set of the week, we can do a quick spin through the room and see what people feel. But let me check in with a couple more. Rich, what's going on in your world, man?
I'm sorting.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. Oh,
sorry.
Sorry.
Look, see, all those are empty. I gotta fill them. I gotta fill them up. And if you've been following my Instagram in any way, shape, or form, you probably see that I'm not doing Lego stuff. I've been doing, boring bench building things. So I'm done with that.
I thought that was your sequel to the Gates art exhibition. Rich is doing benches.
Benches. Next week it's table.
Oh, nice.
I just assumed Rich was benched, but okay.
Yeah, no. I'm done with benches. I'm back to sorting so I can fill that thing up on both sides and finish my window so I can prepare for Brick Fair, Virginia, in less than a month and go. And see all those Lego Masters that are coming to Brick Fair, Virginia. Those
that was aimed toward Moto. I'm sorry, Moto. You shouldn't be taking that in here, man. Come on, don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway,
I'll go me some Moto. I want to see some Moto.
Yeah, we want Moto to come to Brick Fair. We're not trying to keep him away.
I feel like I should be making a cardboard cutout and shipping it to one of the Lego Masters so they can just set it up.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
Just carry this thing around.
Yeah,
just carry this thing around.
No. You should make it
a dartboard on it. People can throw darts at it. Just.
No. But what you need to do is make yourself all blurred, like you're moving. So they can just put a blurred version of you in the picture. And so every time they take a picture with Moto, there's a blurred version of Moto running.
Hold on. Same idea, picture, but Moto holding his hands out like this, and kids can put their mocks on it. And every time they do that, they post a picture, Moto drops it.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of loose spring-loaded hands that just go swing, swing, swing.
Yeah. Any of those things is perfectly acceptable at Brick Fair, Virginia.
So, in other words,
I don't like the idea of kids' stuff getting dropped on the floor.
I agree, but
just a cardboard.
If it was like an intentful, purposeful, pull a Moto station, deposit your mock here, you're done with it. I could see that going. A big bin for charity. Big bin for charity bricks, and you just donate your mock.
So what you do is you get your cardboard cutout. We donate the cardboard cutout to the Brick Fair Virginia auction for Slade Fountain. And then you contribute that way.
And Rich just basically said
if I'm not looking toward you guys, it's because I'm opening a tab. I'm looking for cardboard cutouts.
There's a company called is it Shindigs or Stumps or something like that at a party store, and I think they do custom things, or you could do I think Fathead does it as well. So
there's a site called Cutout Me, personalized cardboard cutouts. Shop
there you go.
There you go.
It has
to. Just make sure you sign it before you ship it.
All right. So with that, I will say at our church, somehow we ended up with these cardboard cutouts of Jesus, and it is really funny to stick it in somebody's office and they come in and it does scare the bejesus out of them. And for a time there, when the Google Map car came by, there was this cardboard Jesus head sticking out of one of the windows and you could see it. It's not there anymore. They've updated it, but it was hilarious. So it is quite funny to put him in a hallway and it scared. In fact, one of our friends that was on staff, he moved to another church and we shipped one of the copies to him so he can start the tradition in that church. It's pretty awesome. Let's see, Axle Plate. I don't know if I mentioned that the Axle Plate is here. Welcome to the chat. All right, Matt, what are you up to today?
So I went to the stores today and cashed in some VIP points. And one of the issues now that I've been buying Lego for a couple years is the ever-increasing lack of display space. And so I had decided that I wasn't going to get this set, and then mentioned to my husband, who is a writer, I said, "Oh, Lego makes a functional typewriter." And he's like, "You're buying that, right?" And I'm like, "Yes." If it gets displayed in your room, sure. And he's like, "Okay, I'll find a spot for it." And so this then went on the to be bought list. So I'm excited about that. And then this is all Chris and Mark's fault, but
what did I do?
Yeah, it's totally your fault.
What did I do?
And that is, they kept selling hard the Dragon Horse jet set, and so I bought that for me. So Dragon Horse jet. Well, I think I'm forgetting at least one other name, but anyways, that set's now at our house as well. So, and I got the gift with purchase, which of course I immediately put on my BrickSmith store. So, you got to pay for stuff somehow, and I can't sell my plasma during COVID, so the other thing I'm doing is the big clock is clanging. 30 days to Brick Fair, so we are trying to wrap up the. It's called the Age Herald Building, and this is an actual building in Birmingham that I saw looking for an ATM in downtown Birmingham during Brick Fair, and I drove right past it, and I was like, back up. I need a photo of that building. And so it's on the National Register of Historic Places, and it's almost done. It was more done before the show started, but I took the top floor off to swap some colors. And so I'm doing a couple tweaks, and hopefully it'll have a roof by tomorrow night, and it will go on the finished pile to be boxed up for so
bless you.
You're blessed. So the big old deadline is clanging in my head. I need to finish mock so they're ready to go in the car.
I got you. Let me ask you a question, Matt. When you type in National Historic whatever places, do you just have to hit the end button and Google already tells what website you're going to? Is it that immediate?
No, because National comes in front of a lot of things I Google. So.
But it's in like the top 2 or 3, I bet. Anyway, that's awesome, super awesome. So you are in con crunch when it comes to building. I haven't felt it. I'll probably feel it about December, right after Christmas. I'm like, oh, I got to get some stuff built for finish.
Hold up.
Yeah,
I've got a year's worth of stuff that I'm already bringing. So I prepared last year, and then nothing happened. So I'm not doing anything.
Chris Smith, what were you saying, man?
Yeah, there's a show. It's not a huge show, but are you going to display something? Isn't Pete Slug going to display something in October?
October at
Brick Universe in Jacksonville.
Well, no, I can't. I'm not bringing any mocks while I'm on vacation with my family and everything.
Oh, yeah,
so,
well, okay.
Yeah, I may be able to stop through, but I'm not so sure. So, I would like to, but I don't think I am. So
Gotcha.
I would like to, but anyway, yeah. So I'm not feeling the crunch unless we have a local show or something, and I'll get on. I actually ordered a pretty expensive canopy to finish out my Blacktron thing, so I'm hoping it comes in the mail soon. So, all right, BrickSmith, since you're in Con Crunch, what's going on with you, man?
Building a castle.
Woo! Yeah. What color?
Jerry's still out on that one.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah. I got 20 more. No, I'd say I got about 10 more plates to finish, so I can have the external of the castle done, and then we're gonna play around with some stuff on the inside. And
cool.
There's the train that's gonna go through it.
A train?
Kind of you mean like 1x or like 8x plates?
What's that?
What kind of plates? 1x or like big 4x8 plates?
Oh, 48 by 48s.
Oh, those base plates. Okay.
Yeah, I got that. That's 5, and I got another. Some of these other walls are done, so I got about 10 more walls to go before I can go play on the inside.
Gotcha.
Please,
so
yeah, I was about to say.
The modular for scale, and then the tree right there, that is the tree house.
Nice.
So that's pretty big, rather large. Super amazing. That was an easy setup. I'll let you have that one. That's fine. Fine. All right, good deal, man. So Con Crunch going on there. I love it. All right. So actually, have we been to everybody? Rich, we talked to Rich. We have. Did we actually check in with Gil and see what he's actually building, or did you just make fun of his Canadian identity?
He's just building an ice rink / pool, I think.
Yeah.
So is that something you do on?
That's all I've been doing.
Is that something you do on Canada Day? Sorry? You go hang out in your pool?
If you have one. Actually, we're getting the same heat wave that most of you guys are. So, yeah, it's been nice. It's been miserable to put together and do everything in the backyard, as Jeff knows. He's just gone through similar stuff. But yeah, twice. Yeah, I know, man. I felt your pain. That looked really brutal. But yeah, no, that's been sort of eating all the time because we're also re-landscaping the backyard at the same time. Boring, hot, sweat. So I really haven't done much in the way of anything except I'm kind of like, what's got me thinking though is a lot of the sets that are going to be released in August, particularly the Star Wars sets, which the two of them, which I really like the look of a lot, like the Boba Fett's shall not be named ship of space and the Imperial transport, but not Imperial transport, whatever they call it, the hooky dookie.
The thing you could get from Sears if you got the catalog, and that's the only place you could get it back in the 70s. That
right. Or Consumers Distributing up here, which was one of my only 3 Star Wars vehicles. So it's like a real trip. And actually, I just got the vintage one last week. So it's like I unboxed the thing, and it's like this thing here is opening this up. It was like stepping back into time, man.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, yeah, I got one too. I got one of the new ones.
Yeah. But with like the retro packaging and stuff, I'm like, oh man, it's like 8 years old, and it's my birthday. I still have cake in my teeth, and yeah, man, it's really cool.
It's one of the things that I wish my parents had bought me as a kid, but of course they didn't.
Yeah.
So, it only took 35 years, but it's in my possession now. So.
Yeah. And that's I think speaks to probably like 85% of our collective nerd purchases sort of fall along those lines. So
okay, so you guys know that there were like 2 versions of that thing, right? There was ours
was the talkie version.
Yeah, there was the one that had the sound effects in it, and then there was like the bargain version that did not have any of the electronics in it, and that's the one that I had was the bargain. But
I had 0
years, or if it was whatever else. But if it didn't have the electronics, it was It was okay, but it was
Parents
kind of
didn't love you. Yeah, I understand.
But
it was kind of
To quote Ferris Bueller, we didn't even own a piece of shit, so we'd admire your piece of shit.
well, it's true because that particular toy with no electronics in it was just sort of a shell. It didn't really do anything.
Yeah.
It transported.
Not very
It
well.
was a shell and it had pockets on the side that you could sort of stuff the stormtroopers in. But it was like,
Yeah.
Well, and if I recall, you had to like mash the legs together to jam it down into those holes. They weren't big enough, right?
And
No,
they sort of stood quite a ways out too. Like if you didn't get them in right, so it looks like they're all hanging a leak over the edge.
Oh my!
But anyway, back to the Lego angle of that, the set that's coming out, I really like. Even though it's kind of a fugly looking thing, but I mean, for that price point, the amount of figures, the play features that are actually fun, and it has an interior, and it's got I'm like, this is what I've been griping about for years. You know, that they've finally done something there that's really cool. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But then, of course, the thing that I'm really looking forward to is that both those sets should be fun for some pictures. So I'm trying to look at what I have in terms of tan to try to do some sort of not Tatooine, whatever, Avila 5 or 7 or whatever they call that planet now. So
Speaking of the ship which shall not be named, as I said, somebody at Lego have gotten a little more creative instead of just calling it Boba Fett ship. So I said, why didn't they just call it the Han Solo Carbonate Conveyance Entity? Kind of catchy.
Or an acronym that spells that out somehow.
Well, if you think ahead, in the book of Boba Fett, he's probably going to rename the ship, so they're giving it a generic title until he gives it a new official name that's more palatable.
Yeah.
Or he's going to gift it to the Mandalorian since, he lost his ride or whatever. So
What are you talking about? He's got an Imperial Light Cruiser.
That's true. Hey, Mr. Blue,
and
good
that's
to
like
have you
getting
here.
a bus when you want to drive.
the thing is, the ship was never actually called anything on screen.
No.
Yeah.
Like no one ever said, "Hey, there's the Slave One." Like nobody said what the name of the thing was. So it was like my theory is that it was actually named by somebody at Kenner. Because I don't think anybody at Lucasfilm ever gave the ship a name. I think they were like, "Here's the spaceship and film it and make movies and whatever." And I bet it didn't even have a name until they had to make a toy out of it.
Probably.
I think that was true, actually, of a fair number of ships. They were never named in the films proper. But they had to have names when they serialized and made the novels into books and movies into novels. So it could have been the novel writer or it could have been Hasbro. I mean, Kenner.
Are we going to need to rename the bikini as well? I mean, it has the name, so I mean that could be a contest, but not here because PG-13. What the bikini could be called?
Well, do you know what's funny is that for the Destro figure for Pimp Daddy Destro, they renamed him Profit Director Destro. That's his actual product name now. So they kept the initials, but they flipped it to that, which I thought was kind of hilarious.
I thought I had heard that they had already started to talk about renaming her outfit.
Oh, have they? I don't know. I was just making that up, so I have no idea.
Oh no, it's a point of contention somewhere,
so to speak. But so what? But was her figure called Slave Leia? Was it?
No.
Well, but she
I
was
think
actually
it was
a
called
slave,
Jabba's
so-
Dancer.
Yeah, I don't recall because like every figure of Leia, it sat on the shelf forever.
True.
Well, she is in chains, and is compelled to do services for Jabba.
I can remember.
Yeah, like kill him. So maybe the name
compelled
should stay.
laborer, Leia.
Yeah. When I went to go see Jedi, I went with a friend. We went and we left school early, got checked out by my friend's mom. She took us, and it's like me and my friend and another dude, and then his mom who sat in the back reading a magazine while we watch Return of the Jedi, right? And so we go and we get in the station wagon. Yes, we actually were in a station wagon, and we were sitting tailgunning in a station wagon, and we were all geeking out about the movie. And I hear Miss Jones said, "That lizard dude, when he licked at her, that was gross, and I don't like that." It's so awesome.
That lizard dude.
Lizard dude.
Yeah.
And we got some more folks in the chat. Hey, Mr. Blue,
Chris.
how are you?
Hey, thank you.
Sabaron, welcome. Good to have you here. Good to see you again.
I decided I'm going to work on my latest mock. I don't think I showed you this, but
let's see. I saw you flipping that thing around. Oh, wow.
I bought a bunch of the Monkey Kid foil.
Oh.
And I'm
nobody has no one's ever made a Condor Man mock before.
Is that Condor Man? I don't know.
Putting on the foil.
Come on.
All I know is it's causing a seizure with me. I'm having a seizure right now.
Am I the only person who ever saw that crappy old Disney movie in the 80s?
I remember that.
I think I remember it, yeah.
Condor Man? I don't
Condor
remember.
Man.
It was a terrible movie, and I think it flopped, but I actually saw it back in the day.
I'm sure Chris has seen it 5 times then.
I'm pretty sure it was on TV numerous times.
I made Moto freeze because I said I was having a seizure.
Isn't it Condor?
I mean, it's cool, but the way that the video is coming through and I'm seeing it, it's like
It's almost like Moto is making a UCS Minoc. That's what that looks like.
Yeah.
A very glamorous
orthnicopter things.
This is a fabulous Minoc, not a run-of-the-mill Minoc, mind you.
That's right.
a fabulous Minoc. Beautiful. It is beautiful.
Thank you.
That's what happens to a Minoc skin after it eats enough copper to plate tubing wiring.
Oh, Gary Mullane is here. How you doing,
You know
man?
what?
Good to see you.
I am shocked and surprised that no one has built a UCS Fleabnork out of trans neon green.
What?
I think the attempt has been made. The back in the day, there were a lack of parts.
No.
There is
Today we have trans neon green Bionicle slopes, dishes. There's a lot of stuff you guys could probably put into
It
that.
sounds like a challenge.
It does sound like a challenge.
It does.
Shots fired. Shots fired by Moto.
I'm not going to do it right now because I'm working on this, but maybe if I get done with this, that would be something I could take to conventions. A nice compact Fleabnork that's like UCS version, like really big. Something that's been sitting on the atomic reactor for the last 2.5 centuries.
Like those giant catfish, like they say, are at the bottom of a dam or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm going to build a power reactor for Moonbase, and so that would be really, really fun to have on it. That would be
just have a giant Fleabnork just sitting there like soaking up everything.
That would be
eating
awesome.
small children and drawing in radioactive power.
That's awesome.
Well, it's like the movie Aliens. You know that the Fleabnorks come from something. The question is what? And we need a power loader. We need a Class 2 certified pilot with a power loader to figure it out for us.
There you go.
Awesome.
Speaking of, by the way, if you do Bricks and Pieces, that new power loader from Monkey Kid is available. All the parts from it are on Bricks and Pieces. That new Ice Elsa's Castle or whatever is now available on Bricks and Pieces with those new corners and new edges and all that kind of stuff. It's really cool. So
I almost bought it as a parts pack today, but I was already at the limit of birthday gifts for Small Art Director.
Yeah. But that power loader and the bowl with the pig guy in it, that's going to get bought here pretty quick. So
the ramen,
we got the power loader, tank. But I got to tell you that bone demon. Oh God! I wish if he hadn't picked that set,
you were going to.
I was like, because there was only one left in the whole store.
Oh,
but
wow.
He specifically went to the store like, what are you going to get today? He's like, bone demon. Bone demon, bone demon, bone demon. And he was so sad because it was on the shelf. And then he said, bone demon. And the guy's like, oh, it's right over there. There's one left on our counter. He goes, can you take that for me? I was like, sure, I'll set it aside for you. Because I nodded. I was standing behind him. He looks up. I go, he's like, okay, I can do that for you.
Now, you weren't in the car going, that Bone Demon is a really cool set. Have you seen the Bone Demon? Let me look up on the phone the Bone Demon. Were you giving subliminal help for him, or was he?
I didn't. It wasn't subliminal. It was overt. It was the minute it came out, I went, hey, your birthday's coming up. What do you think of this thing? He's like, that looks really cool. I said, oh, look, it glows in the dark. And he's like, what? And I said, oh, look, each little piece is its own separate mech. He went, what? So I fed him the little features, and then set the hook, and yep, he was caught.
Did that set, do they all combine without having to rebuild it?
I think there's one part of it where you have to remove a head from a temple to attach it, but that's it. I'll let you know once we put it together, or he puts it together.
Yeah.
Plus 2 weeks, because once he puts it together, I don't see it again for 2 weeks. And it's in a sequestration play mode where Daddy's not allowed to touch it or even look at it. But as soon as I figure it out, like if I can steal the instruction booklet and go through it, I'll let you know.
Cool.
Awesome. Yeah, because it looks really amazing. I'm really shocked that the thing doesn't topple because it's so thin at the bottom and so wide in the shoulders, right? He's like
that's part of it. That's the
America
mystery, and that's the mystery and majesty of this set is trying to figure out how in the heck they do things.
Yeah.
But no, that one was a standout. I almost bought the bone side. I almost bought the typewriter.
You can buy the printed letter tiles on Bricks and Pieces today because I went through and bought all the letters to write my name.
Yeah, but
they're
individual and they're expensive.
You can buy each individual letter, so I had to buy 3 N's, 2 G's.
Since I know they pick those things by hand, can you think about how aggravating now that is? Like, now, not only are you just picking all these millions of pieces by hand, you have to then go to the bins of the letters and then pick the letters out, and that's just got to be infuriating.
Okay, so who wants to place an order now and do swear words?
I don't.
I'm searching right now because those typewriter keys were like essential.
I think it's not an accident that when I place an order with 100 different types of parts, it always takes them forever. I think the stockroom people are like, screw this guy.
Yeah, they're like taking each single piece, putting it in their mouth, swashing it around with leftover Doritos, spitting it in the bag.
Well, I love Dorito flavored parts, so
Oh, jeez.
All right, Mark. I don't know. We've gone to you, Mark. What are you working on? What are you and Small Paul working on lately?
Not much. Small Paul is not here currently. Monday I talked about the ship in a bottle that I got before everything froze up and our Comcast died.
Oh yeah,
I forgot. Otherwise, Paul got the prison, the Prime Day special. So it does the little. You do like the evil claws that flip out of the things and the eyeballs and that one just came off.
Is that
there you go.
What theme? What theme is that?
Hidden Side.
Mm.
Yeah. So there's that.
Hello, Mary.
Hey, Mary.
So it's it's pretty fun. I don't know that he's played with it a super whole lot because I bought him a package of brick arms from ABC. And he's mostly played with little guns that came in that. So that's about it for us. We haven't done a whole lot.
Cool. So I know that a friend is coming, and BrickSmith also is coming to ABC yet again on Wednesday. So I will not be able to attend, but I'm glad you guys are getting to hang out again. What is this?
Oh.
Review of the Bone Demon. Oh, okay, cool. All right. Yeah, that Bone Demon set, as you were saying, it feels very 80s modular. Also, Transformers breaking into small robots into big thing. That's super sweet.
So I'm sort of assuming that Monkey Kid is staying as just a Lego store online exclusive thing.
I think so. Yeah.
I've also heard that it's actually getting pulled out of some of the stores and it's just going to be online only. Like I've heard that through some of the people on other streams. Like in California, apparently, like the Monkey Kid sets are being basically not shipped out to the stores anymore because there's just not that many people buying it. But I don't know how accurate that is. I mean, that's just what I've heard. So,
hey guys, I'm gonna have to go. Y'all have a good evening. Everybody out there in YouTube land. See you later.
See you, Rich.
Continuing to share stuff, I was talking to one of the store managers today about the lack of change on the brick wall, and he said that the factory in Europe was converted to make face shields during COVID, and it is still in the process of being converted back, and the priority has gone to churning out sets which have deadlines to be on shelves. And so he said at some point we'll get new Pick-a-Brick, but not until that factory gets converted back to production and they get caught up on set making, and then they'll make extra brick for Pick-a-Brick wall.
Wow.
Interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, I've noticed it's gotten stagnant. I've also noticed that it's gotten a little, some parts are very regional. Like there's some white slopes, which I want to replace some of mine that are yellowing. And then they're not in our Pick-a-Brick, but they're in Nashville's or somewhere else. So what is that? Is that blank minifig heads?
Well, the thing
That's
about
what it is what New York gets.
the thing about every Lego store in North America orders off the same short menu that's provided by the company, but each store has some flexibility. So that's why you've got some variants. Like when I was in Kansas City, they had the rounded brick pieces in white, which I got half a cup of because I didn't have very many of those. But other than those two pieces that were different, everything that was in Kansas City is on our two Atlanta shelves. So
cool.
One thing that could be fun is we could actually be getting another Lego store east of Toronto. Well, actually, not another A. Yes, then I see Jeff perk up. He's way east of Toronto.
Where?
They're considering Oshawa Mall.
Ooh.
Yeah, which is great for me, better for you. Well, not better than what it currently is for you, I assume. So,
but closer for sure. I mean,
yeah, because you probably have to go to Fairview.
I think I would have to go to Yorkdale or Sherway. No, the one up
Fairview.
on 4. Fairview. Yeah. That's
so you're the same as me. So that's, I mean, it's kind of crazy. Like when I talk to you guys and stuff like that, you guys seem to, the things to be popped up like mushrooms. There seem to be like tons of choices and stuff. But here, oh my gosh, like, for me, I've got to drive about 50, 60 miles. Jeff, it's probably going to be about 100 change to get the something. So that would be really nice to have that.
Well, in Atlanta, there's two, but it takes me an hour and a half through Atlanta to get to either one of them, even though it,
Yeah, that's just bad. That's gross.
I guess we shouldn't complain that we have 3 already in Toronto. So
baby, don't poke her.
Oh,
hey,
dude! No,
one day she's gonna reach up and return the favor.
We can hope.
So cute.
Thanks, that's right.
Remember, she picks your nursing home, so be nice to her. So.
Like I'm gonna live that long.
Yeah. You want the good one, not the one that popped up on 60 minutes three times.
So sweet.
Did you guys want to talk about the BrickLink designer program?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, before y'all start, we're gonna head out.
All right, bro. Okay. Good to see you.
All right.
Good night.
Take care. Thanks for having me.
Hi, Julian and his boss.
Enjoy clubbing.
Yeah, you just talk about it. I have not been able to really read the Lego news cycle or whatever, but I saw the crowdfunding thing. Is that what you're talking about? All the crowdfunding that started happening. So yeah, pull that up so we can talk about it because it was just today and it's over, right?
Almost. The 5 sets have been chosen. 3 of them are sold out, I think now.
Okay.
Let me just pull it up here. I had it open a minute ago, but I closed it. So
yeah, throw it up there.
So the big hot takes right now are the fact that the Bionicle one did not make it through.
Yeah, somebody mentioned that in the chat. So yeah. Interesting.
Well, I thought that they had days to fill out. Don't they?
There's 41 days for it to fill out, and it started today.
Yeah.
And I'm just sharing it now, Chris.
It's just that a couple of them you can't buy anymore because they're full, but there's still 41 days for Bionicle to make.
No, Matt. So the first 2, the castle and the fishing boat, are sold out.
Right.
30 minutes for the castle, about an hour and a half-ish. I don't know the exact timing for the fishing boat.
Mm-hmm.
The safe, last I checked, was not, and it's very close to being fully sold out.
Right.
Jason Alleman's Pursuit of Flight has been fully funded, and it's 1,000 away or so. Well, less than 1,000 away from being sold out. The Cockapoo has now been fully funded, and now the other ones are completely unavailable.
So sorry, I'm totally out of the loop on this. So when you say sold out, I thought there wasn't going to be sellouts. I thought
there's
it would just go.
There's a maximum pre-order, so they could always manufacture more. They have that option, but as far as being guaranteed a purchase, they've been reserved.
Yeah.
Huh. That kind of leaves a bad taste in the mouth.
I mean, the same thing happened with the first round as well. Like last, 2 or 3 years ago, whatever. I ended up purchasing the Pursuit of Flight this morning, just because it was in my budget, shall we say?
Yeah.
And it's a cool little model. And Jason's a friend of mine, so
it would be awkward if he came over to your house and he's like, "Where's that flight thing?" And you're like, "I didn't get one of those."
I probably did. No. The interesting thing is, I did the math this morning, and $230 Canadian times 5,000 units is $1.15 million.
Wow.
Is that in metric or is that?
Well, I mean Canadian 1.15. I mean, what was it like? Probably 179 US.
But after you subtract GST, it's not going to be much.
Yeah. I'm just saying that like Lego has just made a crap ton of money. Oh, and the other interesting thing, which one wasn't here? I'm just gonna add this one to my cart, or I'm just gonna try to buy this one. I'm just clicking on it. Did it work? Yes, it did. And the interesting thing that I found was when I went to order is, it's unavailable. It must have hit 5,000 just now.
Yep.
So look at that. We sold that one out while we were talking about it. Let me go back one.
Woo!
I'll order it. It brings you to shop. It brings you to shop at home. It brings you to Lego's website to pay for it there. So it's not done through BrickLink at all.
This is basically Lego making money off of the community guys, and that definitely.
Pre-order on Lego.com.
Well, I mean, they've created a monster with ideas. There's way too many sets qualifying every quarter, and there's obvious pressure, and it's bleeding over into clone companies. Like the models that were supposed to be available, like the bait shop companion pieces, that ended up being made by a clone manufacturer.
Right.
If Lego isn't doing this, there's going to be even more pressure for those designers who want their stuff to be sold to go to clone companies.
They can't, though. They can be legally held liable because once you apply for Lego ideas, if you read the legal text, you cannot make nor sell instructions of that design.
I know. Good luck with China.
Et cetera.
Good luck with Chinese judges, though. I know the fine print. I'm just saying, like that. Enforcing intellectual property rules in China is very touch and go.
Yeah. Right.
There's the law, and then there's what happens.
So the interesting thing was, though, that when you go to the site, apparently you're getting VIP points on these orders.
Oh, nice.
Which surprised me. But I did check gift to purchase. Like I added a couple to my cart, and you don't get the gift to purchase that's currently available for it. Whereas with other pre-orders, you would. So
for myself, I'm very excited about the train station, which is in the perhaps in the next batch. I would buy the train station. And there's another building I would buy, the Venetian, I think the Venice building. I would probably buy that one. But the five that were offered didn't grab me. The castle was the one I was most interested in, and by the time I got home, it had already sold out. So.
Yeah. Do you think
what's the pricing like on that as far as the per piece? Is it reasonable? Or is it...
For the castle, I'll look what the price the piece count was on the castle. I don't know if it actually listed.
The castle was 180 US.
Yeah, but what's the piece count?
I don't have it. In front
2,000, almost 2,000 parts. So it is 2,000 for
that's a good price.
Yeah, that's good.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, basically, like Lego is just cut out the designing process, right? So you take the Lego idea, then they'd have to go through that round of design. They've just given that design process to the actual guy who built it. So how many? Sorry, go ahead.
And no IP licenses to pay.
Well, yeah, that too. But I'm like, how many hours and how much money have they spent or saved just by not having to do R&D on that set, and just basically have someone that look over the model at the end, probably someone to build it. Like it would go to their QA department type thing for making sure everything's okay, but they don't have to work. They don't have to have their designers actually do anything. Right? Like, so I'm wondering how much time they've been able to cut out, how much money they've saved by doing this, and they're still going to make a lot of money because, you know, they're still pricing it at decent prices. The one thing I'm wondering now is how will it be boxed? Because I heard the first series of the designer program was boxed differently than Lego sets, and it was nice packaging. So if this is going through Lego's website for payments, will we have Lego boxes type thing?
Well, they're boxes, but they're Bricklink boxes. The Bricklink boxes are white. They have different typeface, a little bit different of a brand.
Yeah, okay.
But that's pre-acquisition, so at this point, it's all up in the air.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering what it'll look like. So
the other thing to think about, there's no advertising budget for these either.
But there's the question I have is like, what about like if you say design something, you know, obviously through Lego Ideas, there's the whole modifying of the end value of the set, you know, for like strength, connection piece, you know, economy of parts, blah blah blah. Is this just 1-to-1? Like, do they, like, whoever designs this, is it taken part for part, or does there some rejigging like Lego Ideas that goes on to make it work?
So Jason was on our stream a couple of weeks ago, and he was saying that they had to go through a bit of back and forth. Like, he had to basically take the set that he had built and put it to the current palette that's available. And then based on that, it would then get, it would, I guess, go through the processes of verifying if everything's okay. I think they also had price. I think they might have also had like the same idea as the designers have, where you have a certain budget or you have a certain amount of, you know, like each piece has a certain price, and they're trying to, you're trying to keep the cost low in that way too, right?
Right.
But
because that's the thing I'm wondering, like if it's truer to the A full design, you know, then that's obviously going to be including like a lot of more tenuous connections and stuff like that, which is not bad. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because as as builders, we do that all the time. If there's a solution where it's like I could dump a ton more time and parts and money into rebuilding this to making a more solid connection, or I could, you know, cut that out, you know, make it so it's a little more fragile, but it looks cool, you know, that's it. Like that, to me, that would be the advantage to buying here rather than the Lego Ideas, because Lego Ideas makes great stuff, you know, but sometimes, you know, you really almost want that more AFOL kind of, you know, build that's got those compromises that haven't been made, right? Like they truer.
Yeah. And I like on that, like that way as well. There was actually an 8th set in this round. That was there was the observatory, and it got pushed out to one of the other.
Yeah, that's the one I wanted. Oh well.
And they didn't really say why, but it could have been for that same purpose, where maybe structurally it wasn't quite there or something.
Right.
That they had to rework it, or maybe a piece fell out of production. Who knows, right? Like. So it had to be postponed, but I mean, I don't know if we'll ever know the answer to that.
Right.
Yeah, Lego probably won't fess up to it. Yeah. So this program kind of is. I mean, the first program, I know Boone did the fire truck and the other stuff that were really amazing in the first run and in this run. This is like totally not in my realm of wanting. I mean, I'm glad they do it, but it's something that's really foreign to me and everything. But it seems definitely a big difference in what it was the first time where Bricklink did it. Now it is Lego technically owning Bricklink doing it. So, I mean, sourcing the parts, I guess they'll get original, new parts. But it also just seems like this is just Lego's way of kind of weaseling in and using, appropriating some really good designer stuff with their permission. And Lego makes a ton of cash. The designer, the AFOL, doesn't get a ton in return. I don't know what the rewards are or the pricing deal. When Mark and I did our sets, we got a couple boxes of brick, a couple of copies of the set, and a see you later. We lost your number. So that's what happened.
I mean, you know what you get when Le Pen clones your set? Nothing.
About the same.
You get even less because I've talked to 2 or 3 people who build modulars who've had their designs copied by Chinese knockoff companies, and I'm like, did you get anything? Did they compensate you? Nothing.
No, they're just straight up stealing.
Well, there's no way they could, because if they did, then they'd be admitting, right? Like, for them, there's no way.
That's not happening.
On my talk with Janie earlier today, we were actually talking about Lepin, about those people that had the sets, and there were a few people that had been contacted by those brands to say, hey, can we use your sets? Here's a contract, like here's a document, or here's we'll pay you money, and they've never seen a cent. So now you've got consent to produce the set, but you've never actually gotten any reward for it. And monetary value out of it.
And no legal way to go in and demand your cash and somebody listen to you and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. That's so unfair.
The guy who designed the Ideas bait shop apparently did give permission for the company to make the companion pieces, but he may not have seen any actual money.
Is that the Blue Brick, or what is the name of that company that does that, or something?
I think it's Blue Bricks. Yeah,
Blue Brick. Yeah,
it's the one that's big in Germany, and the big YouTuber there basically got pushed out by Lego because he went to work for them, and Lego was like, nope, you can't double team.
Gotcha.
Jungle Copter.
Remember when Lego, all they did was make helicopters? Now I feel it's like all they do is make mechs. So
yeah.
So Small Art Director got city helicopters today that actually fly.
I don't know why, but Small Paul is in this helicopter and it has carrots for guns.
Of course it does.
Why wouldn't it?
I just happened to look over, and this is what was over there on that side of the table was Small Paul. He's piloting the helicopter with carrot blasters on it or something.
Does he hate vegetables?
He does, in fact, hate vegetables.
That's funny. I think there's someone else's family who's mentioned similar to me before.
Oh me! Oh hey guys, can I take a moment to show what I'm building currently? Do y'all mind?
Yeah,
I love seeing your work.
So I am desiring to rebuild all of the original time cruisers and redo them. So this is the time vehicle. I'm actually changing. I posted a picture of it online today, but I'm actually changing some things. But and I've had two people ask me where the Hypno disc is, and I've got it underneath. So because I hate that stupid thing. So, but it is part of the line. So this is the what was the Hypno Cruiser or whatever, but it's something else. So anyway, there it is.
What I love is how you framed up the front. That's really cool.
Yeah. Oh, this right here? Yeah.
Yeah. That's really neat.
Yeah, I added the blue here today and changed that out. So,
Chris, where's the pile of useless leftover accessories? Like the castle.
Where's the ship's mast?
No, I'm not doing that either. I was going to make a container unit with this, but this is ornery to work with, so I decided to stop. So, I will probably make a different vehicle with a reference to that. So anyway, I just wanted to build a cool time car. So there it is right there.
I like the dimensions tags on the back.
Chris, can you put it back up? Can you hold it back up? I like the fact that the front end rides lower. It makes it look fast. It just reads fast because the wheels are so much bigger in the back, and it kind of has that dune buggy. I don't know. I really like it. I think it's beautiful.
Thank you.
And it's not a spaceship.
It's not a spaceship.
And there's 4 less wheels in your big bucket of.
No, they started reproducing. I heard them in there making noises, so I've got more tires being born right now. So. Anyway,
and the trans pieces are, I believe, a palette that you haven't used a lot of because you tend to, in the past, you've done like primary colors. So I like seeing you branch out in the color department.
I thought you said you hated Translite Blue.
I do. You know what? I hated Translite Blue back in the day. Yeah. The new version of Translite Blue looks a little bit different because it's got more UV reactant in it.
Yeah.
And it looks really good as like power functions and electronic stuff. The Agents line that had that in there, I was like, whoa, that changed my mind on it. Yeah. But if you compare that blue to the old, it's definitely, it looks pretty similar, but it's definitely a different color. It reacts to light differently, and I like it. It gives you some cool effect. So
right. I
like it.
Excellent.
I've actually got to run. I got to run, guys. I got to moose to milk or something. So
you gotta go light off some Canadian fireworks and bags of milk, right?
Yeah. They actually spell sorry off in the sky. It's beautiful.
It's very historic for us.
Take care, boys.
A toast to Sir MacDonald, the first Prime Minister.
Oh, yeah. I'll talk to you later about that. Bye.
Hey, Moto, let's see. You were flapping the wings around. Let's see it. What you got so far? Can we see?
I'm using copper, which is a rare color for Bionicle, so I'm starting to do the neck.
Oh, cool.
Where did you get that much copper? I mean, for the body parts, that seems like a lot of copper gold.
It's all copper Bionicle. I love my BAMs, my Bricks and minifigures. So when I go to Bricks and minifigures, if I go through the Bionicle and if there's metallic or white, I buy it. And I've been gathering up for about a year. I've got a handful of the copper elements, which were harder to find.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are all Lego pieces.
I don't think I've ever seen that rounded piece that's right on top, personally.
Bionicle.
Yeah, it's some sort of weird snake head thing.
Okay.
You can see where they would have slid the translucent barbs in, Technic barbs to make the eyes probably. But this has a lot of this is going to turn into something cool.
Is that a promise?
Yeah, you bet. That's an opportunity right there. But I'm just framing it out with like little Technic stuff right now.
Gotcha. It looks.
And this was all Bricks and Pieces orders.
It looks like it's reasonably robust too. The Technic parts. It looks like it flaps a little bit, but it's not. Yeah, it's not falling apart. Wow.
Oh, there we go. It took a lot to make that break.
We got our TV moment.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, that's an easy test. That's not dramatic. But yeah, just messing around with my Technic right now. What was that?
Is that the monkeys or something?
Yeah.
Or something.
They're going like yuck.
I mean, that's older than me, so I had to guess.
Yeah. All right. Guys, looks like we're getting almost close to an hour 30. I think we'll wander down here tonight. Thank y'all for joining us. We had great viewership tonight. Thank y'all for joining us. Boone does not have his show, I think I read today.
No.
He's off in the quote unquote boondocks, avoiding the heat. Oh, look, it's Mr. Blue Hands. Does he have a name? Have we given him a name besides Blue Hands?
And we are off Monday. Is that correct?
Mr. Blue Hand sounds cool.
Yeah, it does. I think we're going to be off Monday because the family's going to be home. We're going to be hanging out. So, but I'll oh, hey, that's cool. Is that I haven't actually not brick built that thing.
That was off of a Rebrickable. Either they were free instructions or they were like $2, and I thought it was super cute. It's a baby bantha.
Oh, that's not the one from the whatever kit. Oh, that's
no,
cool.
it's a Rebrickable model built by a fan. So I liked it. I actually was short. I need the horn on the other side, and I realized I only had like right-handed horns, and I need left-handed horns too.
Oh my gosh! Hey, wait. Let's count down from 5 because Gil's going to log back in to comment on that.
I didn't think about the fact that you needed horns that they only went one direction and you couldn't like flip them around and just use them either way. I was like, oh, I need to get some of the other kind.
No.
So many jokes.
One direction is only for boy bands.
That was very PG of you, Moto.
That was. Moto's always PG. All right. So anyway, thank y'all for joining us tonight. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Hope y'all had a great day. And for Canadians, I hope you enjoyed your day. Us Americans get it on Sunday. So we will grill many dead animals and blow up fingers off of our redneck friends. So anyway, we're excited about all that. Here in Kennesaw, we do it on the 3rd and not the 4th. So yeah, a lot of people will not be able to count to 10 on Mondays.
I might, if you're not doing a stream on Monday, I might throw something together on my channel.
Sure, I'll let you know. And by 8 o'clock, my wife is usually gone to bed. She has to work, so I might pull together or join you on yours. That would be fun.
Well, we'll see what happens. Whatever. I don't want to steal yours, but I'm just saying if you guys don't do it, I might throw something up on mine if anybody's.
Sure. Or we could just have a Stanley Cup final viewing party with those Lego people.
There you go.
Or you could call it Messy Monday A, and you can just host my show on your channel. And
Messy Independence Day. Well, it's the day after, though, right?
That's the day after. That's correct.
Yeah. Messy Independence Boxing Day.
There you go. Yes.
Thanks for joining us. Hey guys, be kind to somebody. Be nice. Be friendly. And be creative. Y'all have a great night. Bye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.